Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 29th Annual Sedona Film Festival. I'm your host, Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Yavapai College. Yavapai College is one of our sponsors, along with Northern Arizona Healthcare, Golden Sign Gallery, BMO Bank, the Kling Family Foundation, and the City of Sedona, along with our hoteliers, restaurateurs, all of our volunteers, and other sponsors. We'd like to thank you for participating in this year's film festival. And joining me now are two filmmakers. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself because I was told your name was Mommy and Daddy by a 4-year-old.
Yeah. She's already a director.
Yeah, she's already directing me and telling me I'm too long.
Yeah.
So I need to hurry up here. I just want to know which one does she take after. That's what I want to know.
I think it's a mixture of both. Yeah.
Well, she's adorable.
Thank
back
you.
there.
Yeah.
So now you can introduce yourself with your real name and yourself.
I'm Rick Wynn Herrera, actor, director, producer, writer.
I'm Alexandra Gutierrez, also known as Spiritual Cloud, and I'm also the director.
Oh, awesome. Spiritual Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So where did that come from?
that's from, we have a spiritual teacher, and it comes from originally, that's a name that's given to us ever since whenever we were created our spirits. And when we met her, we started to get to know more about ourselves, our lifetimes, and our journeys. And throughout that journey, we found out that these were our spiritual names. So that's where Cloud comes from, and that's where Wind comes from.
Oh, awesome. So is that Native American or is that like, where is that from?
It's spiritual. It's very general. It's not a religion, and our spiritual teachers, she just helps people with their path and journey to find out who and what they are. She also knows about past lifetimes, yeah, it's a long process, but to make a long story short, it's just about your journey and who and what you are.
Well, that's perfect for Sedona.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
We came here and I'm like, oh my
Yep.
God, it's very spiritual here.
Yeah.
It is. You'll be back, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had so many like vivid dreams last night. I was like, wow, this is so, you can feel it.
Yes, definitely. I know everyone asks about the vortex, but Sedona is a vortex to me. As well.
That's okay.
Yes, so you're probably feeling all that energy.
Yeah. Definitely.
definitely.
So you're not here to talk about that, but
No, of course. Yeah, we could talk
But we
about
could.
that.
I'm sure don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's a whole nother segment.
right.
We could go on and
that's
on
the
about.
next film,
Right,
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So do tell us about the film that you brought here for the film festival.
So it was a web series called DAD-rahpy, and the inspiration came from my daughter being a first-time father, and I just wanted to shine a light on basically fatherhood and everything that comes with it, and all the fears and anxiety and insecurities that I had as a father that I was experiencing, not knowing things and not growing up with a father that was there. So I'm like, man, I know I'm not the only one going through this. And then when I was searching for, I guess, like dad groups, there wasn't that many, but if I searched mom groups for any little thing, there was millions of advice. People like, girl, come on over, let's talk, have some tea, let's bash our husbands, so like it was just a group. I was like, well, where's my group? Where? Because sometimes in society how men are built with this ego or machismo that we don't cry or we don't have these feelings. And then I was like, you know what? I want to create something about that. And just for me, just so I have an outlet. And from there, it all clicked when I went to a park to take my daughter. And I just started noticing how we don't use benches anymore. This is all in New York. And I remember growing up, the bench was a place where you just hung out with your friends and it was empty. And I was like, well, that's it. I'm going to have fathers take the kids to a park that they're going to meet. Another father's going to meet there. And this bench is going to be almost like their therapist in a sense. And it all started to click. And then shining a light of people of color as well, and breaking that stigma that, fathers do care. There are great fathers, and just like there are fathers that are non-existent, but there's another side of it as well, too, that I want to shine a light on. And I told my wife about it. She was gung-ho about it. This is great. She directed it as well, and that's pretty much in a nutshell what this fatherhood web series is about.
Awesome. Do we have a clip of this? Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at the clip.
I see how tired you are. Every morning waking up for work. barely holding your eyes open as you lace up your shoes. The pains and aches in your body reminds you time is catching up to you. Dear fathers, I see you peeking in your child's room, smiling, watching them sleep, being thankful you have this moment until it's time to leave. I see how proud you are to be a dad, how tight you hug your child. The days you running low on energy, but still find a way to play, dance, and smile. I know you had an easy choice not to be around, but you know how it feels like to be a fatherless child. Dear fathers, I see your pain and stress. I'm here to let you know it's okay to cry, and you're doing your best. Tears don't make you less of a man, but more of a man to face what you feel inside. Dear fathers, embrace your fears, your mistakes, and put your ego down. To the fathers who had a father around, make him proud, be everything he was to you and more. To the fathers who lost their father, carry his legacy with you and honor it as you make your own father's journey. To the fathers who saw their father leave them, don't blame yourself, man. Learn from your anger, and here's your chance to show your child what a real father looks like. Dear fathers, don't give up on your dreams. You tell your child they can be anything they want to be, so make sure you practice what you preach and believe. Thank you for everything you do. Dear fathers, I see you. Dear fathers, I see you.
Oh, I wish you could have seen that part of it. I loved the park bench scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so I started it off with, of course, comical. The one thing to get the people going and talking is relating to it and making fun of these things that you are going through it, and then, of course, diving into the deeper things as you get towards to each episode,
Right.
but still shining a light on it with the humor as well. You
Yes.
know, finding a nice balance. That's what I like to do.
So do you feel more comfortable now being a dad?
Yeah. I think as I get older, as she gets older, I think there's always new layers to learn, and patience spreading thinner and thinner as you go. So I think, I'm more comfortable in this shell now, and also just accepting I don't know everything,
Right.
and that's okay. You know, I'm gonna have good days and I'm gonna have bad days, and know that everything that I'm experiencing and feeling, it's normal.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm by myself or I'm the first ever to, experience these emotions, but it's fine. It's normal. And you'll figure it out just like you figure everything else in life.
Yeah. Yes. And then was this your first directorial debut?
No, it wasn't. It's my first directorial debut working with my husband. Also on a piece that I wasn't part of, like, creating it. So it was nice to work with him as well as also be a part of the story, because I ended up acting in it as well. And just the team, we were a very small team, but we worked well together, and yeah, it was really nice to be a part of.
That's awesome. And how could people find out about your film? Do you have a website?
Yes.
Yeah, so Instagram is DAD-rahpy, at DAD-rahpy, DAD-rahpy.
RAHPY.
Yeah, RAHPY, yep. That was another thing when we were trying to figure out, I wanted dads and therapy together, so I was trying to figure out, I just called it DAD-rahpy. So if you can find it on Facebook, the same thing, DAD-rahpy the same way, and on YouTube as well.
Awesome. I know, did you write that also?
Yes.
Yes,
So
that was really brilliant.
Thank you. I wrote the whole series, and of course the inspiration too came from not only my life but the other actor there, Jerry Diaz, where he shares certain elements of his life, and I always wanted to work with him too. He was part of the circuit of actors and comedians, and we just put these stories together, and then I wrote the whole series with the blessings of him just letting me, you could share that from my life, and that episode, episode 2, where this poem, I just wanted to reflect on my life as a father, but also shine lights on other people who has their story with fatherhood as well, even kids who maybe saw their father not there around, which is me circling back, revisiting that kid inside me, seeing my father leave. So a poem just to say, dear fathers, I see you, even though the world or maybe society, others may not see you, but I see you. And hopefully you can relate to this and find some sort of peace and understanding.
Awesome. Awesome. And then is your film being shown here in Sedona? What time?
1 o'clock today.
1 o'clock today.
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And where?
Harkins,
Harkins.
1, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing your film, and
Thank you for having us.
thank you for moving to Arizona.
Yeah, we love it.
You're welcome. Thank you for embracing
Thanks
us.
for having us and
know.
allowing
Yeah.
us to share the story in your platform. It's
Yeah.
really, really nice. Thank you.
Absolutely, and you have a beautiful child.
Thank
so-
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for bringing her. And she told me to hurry up. So, I need to hurry. So we're getting ready to wrap. So don't forget to watch us live on Facebook, and also our hashtags are hashtag SIFF23 and the Sedona Film Fest 23. We'll be back with more from the Sedona Film Fest after this.